Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Stifflered here with Cafe Stifflered, where we talk about tools, tips, and tricks to take your Minecraft creations to another level. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I wanted to get a video out to you guys with updates on my plugin development, but my fiance is asleep in the other room, so I wanted to keep it down a little. But I'm going to show you a couple of things going on with the plugins and talk to you about some of the updates that are happening as well. So Parrot Announcer plugin is one of the 4 plugins that I'm currently working on, and it's all working pretty well. There's a couple of little bugs with Parrot Announcer. The multi-line messages are doing something a little bit weird with the latest beta version that I have, the one that's in development. And there's also a changing of the ordering that's happening. And so those 2 bugs are definitely going to be fixed here soon. If you use Parrot Announcer, you'll understand what I'm talking about with the way that the ordering of the messages kind of changes up. There's also a GUI update to that to make things a little bit smoother. And you can even see one of the bugs in the video here, where when you hover over a message that has coloring in the first line of text, it actually flashes a little bit in the GUI. But those things are being taken care of. And I also want to kind of work on a little bit with this, adding in spacing so that you can try and center your messages with a little trial and error. And you could set those things up on your test server and then have them work on your live server so you can have centered messages in the chat. So that's with Parrot Announcer. And overall, I think this plugin is going really well. I'm enjoying using it, and I have some pretty big plans for the future of this plugin that I would like to, I'd really like to be able to get going. Something that I should mention, and maybe I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, is that these plugins, I'm new to, just like everything else, right? I'm new to running a YouTube channel for Minecraft, and some of the things I'm doing with this server, even though I've run a server in the past, there's some new ideas that I'm working on. There's also some new things that I'm doing as far as development goes. Now, I'm a developer by trade, and I've built apps for smartphones and web apps and websites. I do that full-time for a living. And so I have a lot of development experience, and I also, I'm working obviously in developing these plugins. But I am still fairly new to developing plugins for Minecraft, and so I have called on the creator of Ultra Permissions and Hydra and a few other plugins. He's a great developer. His name's TechXcrafter, and you'll see me mention him quite a bit in different videos and stuff. But I want to give props to him because he's been a huge help to me. So yeah, this is the Pigman Attention plugin. And this plugin is, again, it's working pretty well. So the idea with this is just to add a small mechanic where when you're in the nether, if you pick up a gold item, an ingot, a nugget, a sword, whatever it might be, then that will draw the attention of the pigmen that are within a certain range that you can set using that GUI. And those pigmen will aggro onto you and all attack you. And it just adds, a little lore, I suppose, to what the pigmen are doing. And they all have gold and they're neutral, but if you steal their gold, then they're gonna get pissed off, right? So I thought it was a fun little thing, and I have plans for this as well. I'd like to turn this into a mini game. I actually have on the MusicalBiomes server, I have been playing around with the idea of getting a mini game going over there where players have to kind of run away from the pigmen and collect as many gold items as they can. You can also use this plugin to troll your players. It's just a lot of fun. But this plugin overall is going really well. And the next feature that I'd like to add to this is within the GUI to be able to turn on the ability for certain rocks or blocks when you mine them in the nether, that they have a chance to drop gold. And I think that would make it quite a lot of fun and challenging to go into the nether, but also give players a reason to go to the nether, right? Like they're going to have more of a chance to get some gold. So yeah, So the last major plugin that I have, and this is actually the only premium plugin, I have a pro version and a light version of this plugin. This is MusicalBiomes, and that's why a lot of you actually started watching my channel and also joined me on Discord. And MusicalBiomes is a major project, and it's going to take a lot of time to really get this plugin where I want it to go. Now again, I'm a web developer by trade, and so I have plans to build quite a few things into this. I want to have a file uploading service, which I kind of already have at musicalbiomes.com. You can kind of test that out a little bit. But I want to have a file uploading service so that you guys can really easily upload your files to manage your biomes and activities and world guard regions with the custom music that you have playing via a web interface, something that's really easy for you to do. I also want to, I've been talking a little bit with a couple of different composers and musicians and about getting a library of music together that you guys can get access to and download and use on your servers, royalty free and totally legal, so that you can, have music going on your server right from the start. You don't have to necessarily spend a lot of money buying music, so that you can use that on your server, but your players will actually be able to get a benefit out of MusicalBiomes right away. MusicalBiomes depends on MC Jukebox, which is a free plugin that you can download. It's not developed by me or maintained by me. It's a totally separate plugin altogether. But what MusicalBiomes does is it adds that GUI for managing your music, adds MySQL support, and then obviously adds in biomes and activities. And so in upcoming versions of MusicalBiomes, I want to add uncategorized playlists, and to then be able to not only paste in your URLs to the MP3 files in the biome directly, but you could actually take the name of the playlist that you create, the uncategorized playlist, and assign that to a biome. So you could have a playlist with 100 songs in it and really easily go into 20 different biomes and just copy that playlist into each of those biomes. And then you can update that one playlist one time, and it updates all of those biomes that have that playlist assigned to it. I think that'd be a really nice thing to have here in the near future. And hey, thanks to Nacho Mans, by the way. He's one of the users, and he's also a sponsor and supporter of the development. So he donated a bit, and I want to give a shout out to him for his support of the plugin, all of the plugins and development there. So, some other things with MusicalBiomes, there's a couple of little bugs. There's some problems with fading in and out when you leave a world guard region that has music and go into a biome. And then when you go from that biome back into the world guard region, and both of those have music, sometimes the fading of the music from one to the other doesn't actually work. So there needs to be some adjustments to that. I'm also working to figure out some kind of a solution with the guys at MC Jukebox, and learn a little bit more about their plugin and find out how to make this work. But to stop the sound effects at a certain point. So sound effects are different than music. Sound effects will actually play on top of music, and so they don't stop. Once they get playing, they don't actually stop. They'll just keep going. So I want to figure out a way to make sound effects stop at certain points. And there's so much there. I want to add time and weather to the triggering events. So at dawn or at dusk, or rain, snow, thunder, all things like that, to be able to have music playing. And also to add underwater support, so when you're swimming, so we can prepare for that with the update aquatic, and maybe even fishing. If you're out there fishing, then that might be an activity as well that we can add music to. So there's a lot of updates planned. Those are the things that in the near future that I'd really like to get cleaned up and tidied up. And again, shout out to TechXcrafter for all of his help. He actually went on a little vacation, the lucky guy, and went to Spain for a while. And yeah, so now he's back and he's updating his plugins, and then once he's done with that, he can give me a hand with a few things with my own plugins, so we can get these updated. So yeah, let's see if there's anything else. No, I do also have one other plugin that two other plugins that I'm working on. One is for my own server. It's a custom plugin for the TreeCrafters challenge, and I'm gonna have a whole video about that. But that's just slow development right now and alpha development. If you want to try that out and see the features there, then watch for these videos, subscribe so you can see the updates that are going to come from that. And also you can join the whitelisted server to join the alpha development phase of the server, and then you can see the plugin in action here soon. And yeah, I've got another project. It's a private plugin that I'm just kind of mapping out and getting structured and everything for the MusicalBiomes server, and that one's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope that can also be done here pretty soon so that you guys can get onto that server and play it. It's just a little mini game, but it's pretty sweet. So alright guys, well, I know this was pretty chill and it's kind of random, but I thought I'd give you an update on all the plugins. Thanks so much for your support. I'm really glad to have it. I've been excited and really pumped and encouraged by all the support you all have given. And I look forward to serving you better with better plugins and better development of my website, web hosting services, file uploading services, web interfaces, all that type of stuff. Oh man, I have so many things to talk about. I can't do it now. But thanks again, guys. Please, give me a like if you like the direction that these plugins are going, and leave a comment with your suggestions for future updates on plugins. And if you liked this type of informal video where I kind of go over what's happening, the state of affairs, then definitely let me know and I will make it happen some more. Thanks again, guys. Peace.